Well, we're back, and this is the number 2 video of band class at home because I feel sorry that my students don't get to see my beautiful face. I know you want to. And pretty soon we'll have it where you can order posters of me and put them up on your wall. I know you want it. I know you want it. Reese, stop rolling your eyes. Now, let's have a little more fun today. Remember, this is not like the regular videos we have where they just take you through the homework page. This is more like a class. So we're going to stop and we're going to teach you some things. And we're just going to keep showing you something new every week. Currently, I'm planning on doing it one a week at this point. So last time we did a review of all of March and made sure we taught all that. And today we're going to take it and we're going to go a little bit quicker through that, show you a couple of new tricks to go along with it. All right, so on the March homework page, let's try it. We're going to try this. We're going to do the entire front page without stopping. This is going to be our warm-up for today. So let's take a look. 61, easy. 73 should be easy, but remember to make sure you're getting the dynamics in there, not the loud. Loud's plenty loud. Let's get it quieter. 75, easy. We've been doing that for a while. 76, 78, 84, that's the one with the key signature, the accidentals. Make sure you know what's going on there. They all have the same key signature, but they throw in those accidentals back and forth. Take a look there. There's 5 of them in measure on 76, and then in measure 70, song number 78, measure 3. There's 3 more there. Measure 3, measure 7, and then they're all over the place in number 84. Let's do it. Let's go straight through, no stops. And this will be our warm-up for today. All of March, front page. 1, 2, ready, go. Three, 4. All right, how'd you do? For most of you, you should have gotten through that pretty easily. If you're having trouble doing that, you probably should go back to the previous video and do that because you probably got to work one individually on each one of those songs. All right, let's keep moving on. So I'm turning over on the back. And let's just go ahead and play through it in order, but we're going to show you a couple of new tricks today and one new song. So we're going to take a look at number 80, Mexican Hat Dance. I'm sorry, not accidentals, key signature, time signature, accents is what I meant to say a while ago, ta, ta. We also have dynamics in measure 5. Don't make the louders loud, make the quieters quiet. Make the piano quiet or soft in measure 5 and when you repeat in measure 5. Let's do it. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 1, ready, go. Two, quiet. Loud. 2, repeat. 2, quiet. All right, how'd you do? Let's move on. Now, this is the one that I told you I was going to show you something new this time. We have not done this in my class. You may have done it in yours, and I'll show you how we can do this. But just for fun, let's just play it straight through 2 times. Straight through 2 times and stop. And you'll see why in just a few minutes. All right, here we go. 1, 2, ready, go. All right, so what we're going to do here is we're going to now try to turn this into a round. And so what's going to happen is I'm going to start at the beginning and I'm going to play 1, 2, 3, 4, measure 2, 2, 3, 4. When I get to measure 3, I want you to start at measure 1. So I'm going to be going bum, 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 and you're going to be going bum, 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 bum. So that's a little tricky, but we're going to try it. So let's just do this one time. Let's do this one time. And what we'll do is I'm going to play it straight through 1 time, but I want you to wait, and then I will point when it's your turn to start. Okay? So when I'm going to be in measure 3, I want you to play in measure 1. Okay? That's why we call it a round. We can actually do it in 4 different groups, but right now it's just you and me. All right, here we go. I'm playing straight through 1 time, and I will point when it's your turn to start. 1, 2, beginning, go. Bum, 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 bum. All right, how'd you do? Did you get it? It's a little weird, especially when I can't be there with you to tell if you're doing it right or not. Maybe you can have someone listen to you, see if it sounds right. Let's do that one more time. I'm going to start, and then again, I'll start cueing you on what those notes are, and my finger is telling you when to start, and it's also showing what your rhythm is. I'm playing a different rhythm and different notes. You play your rhythm. All right, one more time, just like that. 1, 2, ready, go. I messed up my part. Sorry about that. I was thinking about your notes and I messed up. All right, how'd you do? Did you get it? All right, let's take it to the next step. This time, I want you to play it twice. So I'm going to start again just like I did, and then when I get to the end, I'm going to repeat back and play it again a second time. So you're going to wait, and when I get to measure 3, you're going to start, and then when you get to the end, you're going to repeat it. So it'll be the exact same thing. We'll be 2 measures apart the entire time. All right, let's try it. 2 times, no stop. So when you get to the end, just repeat it. Okay? All right, here we go. I'm starting. Get ready to start at the beginning when I point to you. Here we go. 1, 2, 81, and go. Two, three, four. 1, 2, 3, 4. Did you get it? I hope so. That is, it's a lot of fun, but it's also a little tricky. So if you happen to, when we get back together, we'll be actually doing that where groups of people, small groups of people, or sections will be playing different times. So get where you can play it on your own, and if you can do it with me, then you'll be able to play it with anybody. Very good. All right, we're moving on, and this time we see 86, and remember we talked about this is beast mode. We want to make sure you can do this. If you can play those high notes, great. If you play the high notes quietly, even better. Clarinets, we're just trying to plug those holes and get those big, fat, low sounds. If you have any trouble with this, remember we have the high note tricks there. Don't forget all these notes are also listed on page 22 in yellow, so you can know which ones to play there. Let's play this. Here we go, 86. 1, 2, ready. Good? All right. So again, I tell my students all the time, if you can play 86, 88 is easy. Really work on 86, especially the dynamics. Playing high and quiet makes 6th grade super easy. I promise you, I promise you, I promise you. Do that. All right, 88, you just got 3 new notes on the first line, 2 on the second line. Unless you're clarinets, you got 4 on the first line and nothing on the second line. This is all about making our notes sound good from our low notes to our high notes back to our low notes, and that's what we're trying to do. Here we go, 88. This, of course, is your April test. 1, 2, ready, go. And of course, at the end, I played the top notes. You could play the bottom notes, and we'd be hearing 2 different notes, and that would sound good together as well. Oh, I forgot to tell you, I think in some of the text I've been sending out, remember you can take video, you can still take tests if you'd like to continue passing your test. Just send them to me via video. And some parents send them to me on their phone, some send them on the email. If you'll send me a video of you playing, then I can go ahead and pass you on that next test. Having said that, if you do pass March and you don't have April yet, or if you pass April and you don't have May yet, if you go to my website, you'll find the PDFs involved for that, so you can then actually download them and download them only, or you can download and print them out yourself if you'd like to do that. All right, and the last time we made a big deal about the key signature song, so let's go through these very clearly today. Number 101, that's what I show is key signature song number 1. It's going to continue to change, but we're going to do these 3 key signatures every single day, and we're going to do them the same way. So look at the key signature, and normally I'd say, tell someone around you, what does that key signature mean, and show them, right? Show them what those notes are, and tell them what those notes are. So in this case, if it was trumpets and clarinets, they would say, all Bs are natural, clarinets here, and trumpets here, and all Fs are natural. So clarinets with a thumb, trumpets would be doing this, and that's what they would do. Trombones and let's see, bells, trombones, and flutes, and baritones. Yours, of course, would be all A's are natural. Flutes, A, thumb 1, 2, and the pinky. And the trombones would be 2, baritones here, and of course bells would be the A natural, though if you have a black and white notes, it'd be the white A natural. And then the other one would be all E's are flat. Flutes would go A flat, and let's see, trombones would go A flat, baritones would go A flat, and then the bells would actually then touch the A flat, which would be the black key A flat. And then saxophones would be all F's are sharp with the second finger here, and then all C's are natural. And so you would say it, you would show it, and we would do that every time when we do a key signature like that. All right, so with that review, let's play song number 101. 1, 2, ready, go. Good. Key signature number 2. Now this is the new one. You remember that second note. If you don't know the second note, you can go over to page 23 and you can find it and make sure you know the second note there. But let's look at the new key signature. So again, for, let's see, trumpets and clarinets. For trumpets, all B's are going to be natural. All F's are going to be sharp, both second finger. And for the clarinets, all B's are going to be natural. In your case, it's going to be a low B. And then all F's are sharp, first finger, not thumb. That's F natural. This is F sharp. For, let's see, trombones, flutes, bells, baritone. Flutes, yours is going to be all A's are natural. And then all E's are natural, and that's that one, I can't really see it very well here. It's kind of like an F and just add an extra finger there for 5. Thumb, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, pinky, but not this one. Sometimes we call this funky E because it feels a little funky, it feels weird to hold it up like that. For trombones, all A's are natural and all E's are natural. Baritones, A's are natural, E's are natural, and then bells, A's and E's are natural to be the white notes version of those notes. And then saxophones, all F's are sharp, second finger, and then all C's are sharp, which is nothing. So you should be able to play that. Remember, there's 5 of those, and I put the little asterisk under there, the little stars under each of those notes. That is that key signature note. Here we go, 100. 1, 2, ready, go. And then the third key signature is actually one of our easier ones. I put those two together because they're so similar, and it's good to see the key signature change, how the key signature makes the notes sound different. That's number 1, happy birthday. And again, old key signature, but let's review it. For trumpets and clarinets, trumpets, F's are natural, B's are flat, high or low. Clarinets, F's are natural, thumb, and then B's are flat, which is your first finger, or high B flat, thumb, the register key and your A key on that. Let's see, flutes, bells, trombones, baritone, flutes, all, let's see, all A's are flat, thumb, 1, 2, 3, pinky, pinky, And all E's are flat, thumb, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, pinky. And then for, let's see, trombones, all A's are flat, 3, all E's are flat, 3, baritones, all A's are flat, 1, all E's are flat, 1. For bells, A's are flat, which is high or low, but it'd be the black A flat, and then the E's are your old E flats there. Saxophones, F's are natural, thumb, 1, 2, 3, and 4, the fourth finger on that, and then C's are natural, which is just your second finger. All right. It's a long time to do all of them. All you should have to do is just look to your neighbor and say, hey, all F's are all C's are or whatever it is. All right, here we go. We talked about this last time, the notes and the different things. Let's just play it. 1, 2, 3, ready, go. Got it? All right. So that takes us through the March homework page, but let's add a couple things. We added the round on Frere Jacques 81, and now I'd like you to look over at page 20, and there's a song called Sawmill Creek. Now, if you have the April homework page, it's on the back of the April homework page as well, and there's one thing different, or a couple things different from the book version to this one, and I'll explain that in the next video. But for right now, take a look over at Sawmill Creek. Now, my students have already been introduced to this. You may or may not have. When you first look at this page, it looks crazy because there's like 12 lines, and you're going, oh my gosh, this is forever. But if you'll notice, for every 3, they're connected. Those 3 are connected. The top one, right next to it, should say your instrument name, and then the next 2 should say piano. So really what you're playing is the top one out of every 3, then the top one out of every 3, then the top one out of every 3. So the song is only 4 lines long. Okay. Now my students also show that you can also then take and put a dot next to each one of yours if you need to let help your eye know where to go to next time, because they throw one big trick in there, and that is when you go from your first ending to the second ending, it's actually on a different line, and that makes it pretty tricky. So this is a good practice for us to make sure we really understand second time through skip to ending 2. So let's take a look at this, and then I'm going to show you a couple ways that I would practice this so we can put it together. All right, so on Sawmill Creek, fun song, drums, you have something different. Go to your video and watch that. This is something we call cross stick, and so you're going to actually have one mallet or one stick playing the head and with the snare turned off, and one to actually playing the rim at the same time. So it's head, rim, rim, head, rim. So go watch the video, the regular video on this, and you'll see how that works. Let's see. Oh, and then of course we have one more navigation trick. So when you go, if you follow the music there, measure 1 is blank or has a rest for everybody but the drums and the piano. And then measure 2, drums only, piano. And then measure 3, we all come in on measure 3. Now measure 3, 4, 5, 6 look normal. At the end of 6 is a, should have said, a repeat sign. And repeat signs take us, they're just like springs, and they take us back to the beginning. Well, they take us back to the beginning except for this time. So I want you to look at measure 3. On measure 3, well, first of all, measure 6, you have the 2 dots here, and they're like springs that send it backwards. On measure 3, there's 2 dots on this side, and that is really something we've never seen before. And so that's called a repeat catcher. So it gets all the way to measure 6, and it hits those 2 dots and starts going backwards. It's going to go to the beginning, except when you see the 2 dots on measure 3, that's called a repeat catcher, and it grabs you and goes, nope, come only to measure 3, and start at measure 3 again. So here's how it works. If you were playing measure 1 and 2, only the drums play. But at measure 3, you go measure 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, 4, 4, 4, 4, 4, 4, measure 5, 5, 5, 5, 5, 6, 6, 6, 6, 6, repeat. But instead of going all the way back to the beginning, you're going to go to measure 3, and the repeat catcher is going to pull you down, and you're going to go back to 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, 4, 4, 4, 4, 4, 4, 5, 5, 5, 5, 5. Second time through, skip to ending 2. Where's ending 2? Where's ending 2? Where's ending 2? It's on the second line, measure 7. 5, 5, 5, 5, 5, 5, 7, 7, 7, 7, 7, and then 8 to the end is just straight through like normal. So there's a little navigation trick there. We start at measure 3, go to 6, repeat back to 3, and then when we get through 5, we skip the first ending, we go to the second ending, which is measure 7. All right, so one thing I've been doing with my students is what we call practice tricks. And so in the fall, we taught you the basic way of practicing, which is if you're having trouble with the song, the first thing you do is, hopefully you said slow it down, because sometimes your brain just needs a little more time to think. The second thing you do is you break it up into pieces. And maybe you need to work on just the rhythm or just the notes, or maybe a measure at a time or 2 measures at a time. And usually you can break it up. For simple songs, you can break it up like that, and then you can put it back together slowly and then get it up to speed by doing it over and over and over, right? Well, there's other practice tricks as well. And so we're going to start with that right now. One that I mentioned earlier is make sure you mark your mistakes, mark problems, mark navigation, anything you need to mark. If it's your music, I like using highlighter because the color makes my eye pop to it more than just a pencil does. So like putting like where the first ending is, I'll often put a line through the music and across the top. And it's just an easy way for me to see where the first ending goes to the second ending. And so there's different ways we can mark the music. But today I want to show you one, well, in fact, let me show you a second one. On 84 test, this is the one I told you was so full of stuff. That's the one I told you last time. If you just will just practice from the back, I call it practice backwards, and play just 11 and 12, measure 11 and 12 until you get measure 11 and 12 right. Play it over and over and over, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 times. Great. Then go back to 10, 11, 12. Play 10, 11, 12, 10, 11, 12, 10, 11, 12, over and over and over until you play it really well. Then go 9, 10, 11, 12, 9, 10, 11, 12. When the song is that full of stuff, you've just got to do it measure at a time and then start pulling them together from the back, and then you'll be able to play it very easily. Now this song is not that way. This song is, most of it's quite easy. Let me show you. So everybody play measure 3. Let's just all play measure 3. 1, 2, measure 3, and go. That's measure 3. Super easy. We don't need to practice that 5 times. We can do that real easy. However, we look at measure 4 and it's a little different. First of all, we got to check our key signature, and I would normally say tell someone around you what that key signature is. And for trumpets and clarinets, it would be all F's, B's are flat, all F's are natural. For clarinets, for flutes, bells, trombones, baritones, all A's are flat, all E's are flat. For saxophones, all F's are natural, all C's are natural. And so that means the first note of measure 4, make sure you know what the first note of measure 4 is. But if you look at measure 4, well, that's a little trickier. So here's the new practice trick for today. And that is, find the hardest spots and practice those multiple times, over and over and over and over and over, then put it all together. So I'll just give you a few of them right now. Measure 4 is one of the trickier spots we got to get good at. Well, 3 is not, 5 is not. 6 and 4 are very similar. So if we can get 4, we can get 6 easy. Okay? So let's do this real quick. Let's play measure 4, and let's just play it 5 times without stopping, really slow. Okay? Here we go. This is measure 4. 1 and 2 and ready, measure 4. Get the idea? And so you can play it as many times as you need to. You could slow it down more than that. You could play it more times if you want to. Now, once you've done that, now try to put 3 and 4 together, and you should be able to do it. Let's play measure 3 and 4 nice and slow. Ready, go. And it's a lot easier than it would have been if you just tried to do measure 3 and 4 over and over and over and over and over. So find the tricky spots. Now, one of them is measure 4. I would play that multiple times. One is measure 6. Let's play measure 6. It's not that tricky now that you've done measure 4, but play measure 6 twice. Ready? Go. And then, of course, it repeats back 2, 3. Hopefully you were saying 3 in your mind or out loud on that. And it's kind of like Dora the Explorer. I'm going to ask you questions and you're going to answer. Or Blue's Clues. There we go. Anyway, let's keep moving on. Now, the next thing that is tricky is we got to get that jump to the second ending. So we go back to measure 3, 3, 4, 5, and 5 just skips to 7. So we're going to play 5 and 7. Now, 7 is almost just like 6, but we got to get it from 5 to 7, and that's the trick. So we're going to play 5, 5, 5, 5, 5, 7, 7, 7, 7, 7, and then it goes on to 8. Now the rhythm does change, do pay attention to that. And let's play 5 to 7, okay? Let's try it once and then we'll make sure everybody's together. Measure 5, skip to 7. 1, 2, ready, measure 5. All right, did you follow that one? That's a little tricky, and I'm not there to help you or listen. Make sure you got it right. 5, 5. So the second time through, we skipped to ending 2. 5, 5, 5, 5, 5. Skip to 7, 7, 7, 7, 7. All right, let's do that again, but we're going to stop each time. Let's do it 3 more times. So we're going 5 to 7. 1, 2, measure 5, and go. How'd you do? 2 more times. Ready? 5 to 7. Measure 5 and measure 7. Ready? Go. Good? One more time. 5 to 7. Ready? Go. And then it would just keep on going to the end of the song. All right. Now, one more thing that is a little tricky is measure 14 and 15. Just because we throw in some lower notes and they start moving, and then we have that accidental. So check the accidental in measure 15. Make sure you know what that is. Either a B natural, an A natural, or an F sharp thrown in. But it's only for that one measure. So let's play 14 and 15 4 times without stopping. 14 and 15 4 times. Ready? Go. Third time. Last time. So in my opinion, if you can get those spots sounding good, the song is really not that hard. It's longer, but just like we've been doing, trying to build up our muscles, it's not that hard. So just for fun, I'm going to play the whole song to the entire way, all the way through. You can either try to play along, but you can also follow and finger it one time and then go back and then play it again and play along with me, right? So I'm going to do it one time. And remember, as we go through there, if you get lost, one of the rules I teach my students is keep your eyes on the music, and then you'll be able to see where we are, and then you can jump back in, okay? And I'll probably yell out some measures along the way as we go. Make sure you notice measures 16 and 17 are 2 measures of rests. And then we come back at 18 with a repeat of what we did in measure 3, or measure, actually it's measure 5. Because music is very repetitive. If you can get one section, that section probably shows up multiple times in a longer song. All right, let's keep going. So straight through, one time, Sawmill Creek, here we go. It starts with the drums, and drums, remember, go watch your video on this. I can't do the drum part with that. And I'm just going to count those first 2 measures of rest. I'm going to start at measure 3. All the way through. Here we go. Follow and finger or try to play along. Measure 1, 2, 3, 4. Measure 2, 2, 3. Measure 3. Back to 3. 7. Sixteen, 2, 3, 4, 17, 2. Here comes measure 18. Go. And there it is. All right. Now remember, you can rewind it and do that. This is slow. In the next video, then I'm going to be showing you a little bit quicker version of that, and you can kind of choose wherever you need to go. And if you need to see how the navigation goes or work on those spots again, you can always come back to this video where we worked on that. By the way, we're going to speed this up, and eventually it'll be... Right? And you'll find that this song is really not that hard. Work on the hard measures, the tricky parts, then just put the whole thing together, not that hard. All right, in the next video we are going to be going into the April homework page. So if you haven't done so, you can either go and get the PDF of that, or you can download it and print it at home, and then you'll be able to follow along with the new learning we're going to do. For the, I think we're doing 3 videos in April. I'll see. I think it's 3, not 4, but we'll see. All right. Have a great day, and we will do some more stuff at the next time. All right, see you, bye.